guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jara if you don't know me, and today I'm going to be talking about cellulite. This is a problem that affects 90% of women nowadays, so it's very common. What cellulite is basically fat. From my own experience, I still have cellulite because it is very hard to get rid of. Obviously, when I'm taking a picture, I'm really far away and I think the lens cannot capture my stretch marks and cellulite, but can I show you I do have that too. I'm a woman, I'm a human being, and everyone has cellulite. Do not stress too much over it. And again, if that bothers you too much, there's so many things you can do. We can reduce the look of it for sure, but you cannot get rid of it completely from my own experience. And again, I used to have cellulite when I was skinny as well, so it's something that affects skinny women as well. So you shouldn't really feel ashamed because it's something that is normal and everyone has. But obviously society introduced it as a problem, and now everyone thinks that we should be ashamed of it. So we said that cellulite is fat. So in order to reduce the amount of it, you have to lose weight and burn fat. So a few things that you can do is, for example, eat better. So first of all, I would suggest getting rid of all the processed food. So any kind of processed food that has a high amount of bad fat. So something else you can do is obviously exercise. There are some exercises you can do to tone your legs. I personally prefer HIIT workouts, and I also did a YouTube video about HIIT workouts that specifically target your legs. You can go and have a watch. Starting with the concept that when you want to lose fat, you cannot really decide to lose fat in one specific area of your body, because I get this question all the time on social media: how can I lose armpit fat, arm fat? You cannot just lose arm fat, belly fat. If you have to lose fat, you have to lose it all of your body. That genetic plays a big role, because people tend to lose fat in some area quicker than others. Also, there is specific food you can eat. So for example, I really like grapes, but I usually prefer red grapes or black grapes to white grapes, because that will be richer in antioxidants. So you also want to consume dark leafy greens such as asparagus or broccoli or kale. Are all very good and rich in antioxidants that will help you reduce the risk of cellulite. You also want to consume things like cranberry juice. That, by the way, is one of my favorite juices. I used to drink it all the time. I actually need to get back on it. Also, pineapple is very good. I usually consume it every week, and it also tastes delicious. So I also replace my normal salt with pink Himalayan salt. Pink salt is so much healthier than normal salt, so I will strongly recommend you using this at the beginning. And still, I try to avoid this as much as possible, but still, if you want to put some flavor in your food, you can still use this. It's so much better and healthier than normal salt. Really drink plenty of water. I tend to have at least 1 bottle of water a day, if not even more of that. That will really help you with your oral health, and it will improve the look of your skin, and in general flush out all the toxins in your body. In terms of stretch marks, I feel the same way as my cellulite. As you tend to grow your muscles, your skin tends to stretch because your muscles is pushing you to grow and move and get bigger. So you might experience some stretch marks. I have stretch marks. I have different colors as well. I have some white ones, some red ones, any type of stretch mark. I don't particularly mind them, but obviously I try to limit the appearance of them. It's a way of how your body reacts when you're growing. That's why it's called stretch mark, because your skin is literally stretching to make space for your muscle that's getting bigger, really. I particularly used to creams that I usually massage, and they're quite cheap as well. I got mine from Amazon. So there is the Palmer's stretch mark massage lotion. That's what I use. And this as well, the cream. So there is the lotion and the cream, but I use both of them. I usually apply them first thing in the morning, and then after the shower at night. Usually red stretch marks are fresher than white ones. White ones will be harder to get rid of. White ones, you'll have to be consistent with these. If you don't use them every day, or if you skip like a day or something like that, they won't really work. Quite cheap as well, even from Amazon. I can put the link on the description below. They'll use collagen, which helps autonomy. It's literally unflavored and you can't really taste or smell it. I usually put one scoop in my coffee. I already did a video about this last week. So if you're growing or if you're obviously training a lot and your skin is stretching all the time, this will give elasticity to your skin, so it won't tend to break as much. So one last thing, and I left this at the end because I think you guys are gonna find it weird, or something that I used to do since I was little. Well, since I used to suffer from anorexia, since I haven't had cellulite really. It might shock you, but honestly, it actually works on my cellulite. I use a brush. You might have heard it actually. If you type it on Google, you might even find this. Okay, so I don't think there is any research behind this. Well, I've tried it on myself and it has worked. It has reduced the cellulite that I used to have this. Okay, you might not believe me. If you don't believe me, nothing. Just don't. You don't have to do it. I'm just sharing with you what I've done in my own experience and what I think has worked for myself. So what I use is basically a dry brushing technique. You'll find loads of videos of loads of women using it, and they also said that it's worked on them. So there is no research behind it, so I'm not saying something that will work for sure, but it has worked for me, and it's something also that is temporary. It means that when you have to do it every day. So what I usually do, I just take a brush. So there are specific brush made for cellulite, but I'm too lazy to just use a normal brush because it has these dents. Like over here, can you see like this little dents? That will literally stimulate the circulation in your body. So that's what I do, and I usually do on my naked skin. And what I do is literally brush upwards towards my chest. Basically standing up, and I just literally brush towards my chest. I'm not gonna do it on a video like naked, like I don't do it naked, but like without any pants on. So you have to do it on the skin, and I do it for about 5 to 10 minutes every single day. There are specific brushes that you can buy, and you can also buy. I'll put the link of them. You can buy them from Amazon. Again, when you keep brushing on the same area for 5 minutes, obviously you don't have to go bloody hard and just scratch yourself. But what you have to do is like some light but firm strokes. So I can't really show you the intensity, but don't hurt yourself like boy, but you have to feel it, if it makes sense. You have to like feel it on your skin. As I said, it's not going to completely get rid of the cellulite, but it's going to minimize